Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, Africa. We lost it all. Going to a looking into fuel, láti gbàṣọ. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, Africa. We lost it all. Going to a looking into fuel, láti gbàṣọ. Yeah. Rastafari. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. This is songs of freedom. Baby, I love it. That represents body. Some people fighting corruption. Some people fighting corruption. Love is what we need. Love is what we need. When this time finally over, people shall be mine. Justice will rule the nation. Keep on fighting for peace. Keep on fighting. Praying with the season. Praying with reasons. Praying every day. One day, Jah will bless you. Let's keep on fighting, praying for the nation. Justice is mine. Justice shall be ours. Whomever raise the flag of peace shall never lack in this world. If you ask me what I want, I will tell you what I want is freedom. Freedom is what we want. One nation is what we need. One day Jah will bless you. Oh my brother, let's keep on fighting, praying for the nation. Yeah. Today we are going to talk about the asylum system and the jungle life that we all witness through our difficulties and our encounters through the Mediterranean Sea. Like the title of this program is Refugee Wars of Memory. As you can see, here is where the memory speaks, those memories that the government wants to ignore. So we bring it back to life and we tell the people what we have passed through these asylum issues and through our way departing and fleeing from the country of our own origin down to Europe. First, we are going to start talking about the system and from the journey, which is from these photos, and these photos symbolize the Sahara. These are the difficulties and the experience we encounter in Sahara Desert. And here is refugee being loaded in Libya with Libyan smugglers. This picture here is talking about how we are being loaded into this mini balloon boat from Libya to Italy. So today we are going to be talking about the issue that matters, but the women who their pride was taken away from them and the men who were brutally beaten up. So it is not easy, and we must speak out for the trauma to live. So I'm going to first of all talk about how we manage to live from Kano, which is from Nigeria, which is the country where I come from Kano, passing through Nigeria, passing through Agadez, and from Agadez we totally moved to Libya. So the first was When the issue started, everything started from Nigeria, and from Nigeria, the difficulties became very mature at Andalus, and it becomes terrifying from the desert. So at this point, when we were in Nigeria, the journey seems to be very plain and not so bad. But immediately after we departed from Nigeria, and then when we left Nigeria, um, we got to this a very small city in Nigeria called Zindin. So when we got to this Zindin, we met a lot of people, more than hundreds of people out there. So we stayed there for a couple while, and few days. Some who their connection was a bit delayed, stayed there for approximately sometimes a month. Then we spent 2 nights over there. Then the third night, so that comes a bus. Then the bus came. Then we have to depart from there with bus. Then and inside this customized bus, it contains up to 38 passengers. It was made for less than 10 people, then but it contains more than 38. So they were loading us as they load cassava, or as they load other goods. So it was terrifying, but not as the situation we face in Sahara desert or in Libya. But it was a bit terrifying though. So when after they have loaded us in this customized bus, they were loading us one after the another. The bigger ones we locked up to 2 persons. You will carry one person at one lap or another one at the other lap. So it was a bit terrifying because the situation was very severe. So it was dangerous for us because we could not have any other thing doing, but we bear the pain, and but the consequence was so high, and which led a lot of people after we arrived in Agadez. Some people could not even work, some people could not even do anything. So it was a bit catastrophe. So after they have finished leaving us, then we departed from Nigeria, which is in Benin, to Agadez, which took us up to almost 24 hours, and it was very terrifying. It was very, when I say terrifying, which means I don't have any means to any other word to replace terrifying. People were crying throughout the whole journey. Women were crying, people were screaming pains, people were screaming so loud that even we were frequently stopped at the border. So in any border that we arrived, they normally ask for passport, which we will hand it over to the driver, which will have ECOWA passport and not international passport. So when we arrived in the city of Agadez, the city was so cool. It was nice, cool. Everything was going fine. We all thought that we are just normal traveling passengers, so we never knew that we are illegal. So when we arrived in Agadez, so only for us to find out that even the driver dived deep into this desert. We saw many men on guns, on rifles, no person walking on the street. It was terrifying, and it was a bit terrifying because the atmosphere over there have already shifted because something it is it's so sad, but we never give up. So when we finally arrived in the building made for people like us over there comes a news flying here and there that there are high rates of kidnapping and so many other things that is going on in the countryside. So yeah, Transportladen. So it was a bit terrifying. So after we arrived in the house made for people like us, so we we never experienced that with the condition over there we grew very severe that we can't even go out and they might even kidnap a lot of people out there. So, but unfortunately, we spent there for more than 3 days, which is 3 nights, and there were a lot of tensions and there were a lot of rumors and terrible maltreatment that we are all gotten from this very place that we were living. So sometimes some people will come and say things to us. Sometimes they bring food for us, and sometimes there is no food. So it happened that so often that we have nothing to eat, and which is quite very sad. It is quite very sad. So, but we have no option. Then we keep on living in hiding. We keep on living in hiding and seeing how we can be able to substitute the new update and everything flying around. So on a very good night, a car just drove in and it was so sad. I'm going. So it was it was so sad how so on that night they came. They said we are leaving that night to Libya. So when so after that they started bringing things. They started bringing stockings. They started bringing jacket. They started bringing cake for jerry cans for water for people who have to who need to buy water. So they started making calls for people to call their families to pay off their money so that they can be able to join the people who are going to leave the Agadez to Libya. So luckily for me, so I was able to pay my own, and that night they brought two two cars, so which they loaded us inside the car. So they dropped us after driving for some few meters. They will drop us there. They will ask us to hide, which this day was very heavily windy. It was windy and it was very the breeze was so terrible, terrifying. The sand was like the wind was taking the sand all over our eyes. It nearly blinds so many people over there. And when they drop us in some certain place, they will ask us to wait for us to. They will ask us to lay down on the to lay down. Then they will drop us there. Then we will lay down. They will go back again to carry people again. Then they will bring those people again. They will keep them there. They will ask all of us to wait over there. Then they will drop us there. They will go back again. This is how they pick so many people, and they brought us all together over more than 100 people. We were all there, not knowing where to go, just obeying and waiting. So after they have brought everybody, we we sometimes we hear a command. We hear a command for us to move. Then we move. Then we move when they say move. Then we move when they say move. We move. So we always act in command. So after some times they brought another car. They took us. Then they drove us also, and after some meters, they asked us to come down. Then we all came down. Then they dropped us there. They went back again. They brought people again. So we spent almost many hours just from less than a journey of 3 kilometers. So after that, they took us to a house where we saw hundreds of Africans in there. The condition was severe. Everything was severe, and people were brutally devastated. And it was so saddening, and it was terrifying. So it was something that I don't know how I have to explain it, but people there were. It was crazy, heavily crazy, but it's so. This is how after we have got there, they took us inside a house, inside a building, where we stayed. Then all the Arabs there, they are on AK-47s. People were not smiling. People were crying, both men, women, children, pregnant women. The condition was so severe, and the condition and the atmosphere there was very terrible, and it was terrifying. So after some moments, they um they start searching us. They start searching us.